So I've got some great strategies for you today to try and get your depression back under control. Because depression can be organic as well as psychological. And there are things that you can do, both psychological and biological, that will help you to feel a lot better. So if you've got severe depression, or you're someone who lives with bouts of depression, having strategies, ideas and knowledge can really help you cope with your daily life. For example, many of us know that what we eat affects how we feel. So strategy number 1, and you can do this anywhere, anytime. And if you put this video on hold and look at the questions and either answer them in your head or write the answers down on a piece of paper or have a journal and fill this in. So the questions are, how are you feeling today? So in yourself, how are you feeling? Happy, depressed, okay? How's your physical health? So are you bouncy? Are you energetic? Are you tired? And in your mind, is it a good or bad day? Because it could be a good day, even though you're not feeling energetic and healthy. So what's made today good or bad? And that's about writing it down and putting the reason why. Just put down how you feel and anything else that you might know is affecting how you feel. Emotions can affect how we feel. And one strong emotion, depression, can make us feel hopeless. Much of our depression runs around the fact that we blame someone for things going wrong. That's usually ourselves, but we can blame someone else. But I'm very good at kicking myself all day long. Oh, what'd you do that for? God, you're such an idiot. Yeah, know those words? And with that blame, obviously comes negativity and hopelessness. So we've got to find strategies to overcome that feeling. Emotions often come up from personal experience. Could be something in the past that's affecting us we don't know about, but it more than likely affected our self-esteem, and we probably have low self-esteem. So in your attempt to try and sort out what it is that's affecting you, or why you're affected, or how you're affected, you need to take time to think about the problem. Now, you don't want to go back. I'm not a counsellor, and I don't want you to sit on the couch and go back to your youth. Just think about the problem that's happening today and why you're feeling like you are. So try to understand where it's coming from, and then obviously you've got to deal with it. Now, how do you do that? So strategy number 2 is to bring a positive result to the reason for your depression. Now, what I mean by that, I've got an example here. So you've got a girlfriend that you've been going out with for 10 years, and all of a sudden she dumps you, and she says she's dumped you because you're constantly mistrusting her. You're looking on her phone to see who she's texting. She's going out and you want to know where she is, all these things, and she's had enough of it. So how can you get any positivity out of that? Well, the thing is, now that you two have parted ways for now, is that you have the time and the space to analyse what she said and either agree with what she said and think about making changes to get her back, or move on. So by thinking it's the end of the world is not how it should be, because she's not going to fall off the planet. You've got time to sort out in your head what she said and what you're going to do about it. You're going to address it. Once you have a problem, there is a way to make a positive result out of that. Never say, why me? All setbacks can give you a new perspective. Strategy number 3 is to think of your depressive thoughts as a puzzle. So there you are, Sherlock. If you see things that happen as a puzzle that you have to work out, and not as something or someone that's being mean to you, or something that's gone wrong and it's not your fault, you'll be able to get a positive result out of that. Take responsibility that you can make changes. Like my witch, she's chasing him. So strategy number 4 is focus on what you can control. If you can't control it, walk away. That's what he's doing, because it will harm you. So go and find a space and have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just sit quietly and head back to strategy number 2 to think about what it is that has happened and why you feel that way. So one thing depressed people struggle with is being mentally positive. Being mentally strong does require commitment to creating strong positive changes in the ways that you think, feel and behave. So you're looking at making changes to yourself in so many ways. So strategy number 5 is to start working out how you think and how you feel and how you behave. Start a diary or a journal, completely separate one, I would think, to your ordinary diaries or journals. Each time you have a severe depressive mood, write down what's happened. Write down how you feel, what you think's brought it on, how you think you might be able to change it. If you write down these things and you write down positive things about it as well, like how you might be able to change it, how you might be able to approach it, how you can stop kicking yourself about it because it really wasn't your fault. And the more often you write and read these notes, and over time, the language that you use from being negative will start to make you feel positive, and you'll start to use positive strategies, and you will deal more positively with the problems. So strategy number 6, you know depression makes you tired. So just by moving a little bit helps this. Before it gets out of hand, follow a 5-minute rule. So when looking at your lack of motivation, make anything you have to do as easy as possible. So instead of trying to do something for half an hour like the housework or the hoovering, and we know that when we're in that mood, that depressed mood, we just don't want to get up off our sofa. So instead of doing that for half an hour, start by doing it for just a few minutes. So by doing this, you won't feel the need for an excuse to be doing something else. And sometimes you will go on longer. So the more you move, the more you oxygenate your body. Oxygenate? Yeah, I think that's the word. So the more you move, the more you oxygenate your body, put lots and lots of oxygen into your blood. And that helps to improve the mood. I've done a video of 5 minutes of exercise from one of my favourites on my tablet that I've just put in a couple of minutes of, so you can get them up and perhaps do that. What I've just done is they're not their exercises, but they're warming up bits. So you could just stand there and do them. And that's putting oxygen into your blood because you're breathing more, you're putting more air into your lungs, you're getting the oxygen to go around, and that will actually lift your mood. So try it out. There are two vital hormones our body and brain have which affect our mental health. So remember these two names because they're important to talk to your doctor about. Serotonin and dopamine. Dopamine is the short-term positive reinforcement hormone. So its pleasure is achieved alone. So quick fixes like chocolate cake, sugar, alcohol, and drugs are what it likes. And obviously, when you take excess drugs or excess alcohol, it can kill off part of the dopamine receptors that control this urge to take excess. And so that leads to drug addiction and alcohol addiction, as well as depression. Serotonin, on the other hand, is not a quick fix hormone, so it can't overdose on happiness. It's a longer term hormone. It's a happiness hormone. It finds happiness in things like social gatherings, country walks, being with friends, going shopping. With serotonin, happiness is not achievable with substances. It relies on outside stimulus to feel good. With dopamine, if you keep trying to get more and more of this feel good, eventually its neurons will start to break down and die. And then this fail-safe doesn't work anymore. And so you keep trying to get more. You go and drink more, take more alcohol, more drugs. And this is where the addiction and mental health issues start. And they will eventually become long-term. And the damage to the dopamine hormone receptors will also kill off the serotonin. And so that's why you feel less happy so much more often. And eventually with the cell death, you will not be able to return to a normal happy state. So try and look after yourself. So how do you get more serotonin in your body? Well, by having a balanced diet, doing exercise, light therapy if you're a night sleeper to get the sunlight on you. The sun really helps a lot in a lot of ways. These all help to boost your serotonin levels. And your dopamine receptors, how do you keep them working well? Well, drink less. Get rid of the majority of the sugar that you take. Don't take drugs, even recreational drugs. And obviously even prescribed drugs can affect your body and your hormones and put an imbalance in there. So you always need to go and talk to your doctor if you're taking tablets for something else and you feel depression. It might be linked. You get enough sleep, do some exercising, listen to music, do meditation, spend time in the sun as much as you can. This boosts dopamine and serotonin. Overall, a balanced diet and a good lifestyle, and I'm not talking about spending money, I'm talking about the exercises and the sun, can go a long way into increasing your body's natural production of dopamine and serotonin. And this will help your brain to function at its best. So here's strategy number 7. Start reducing putting these items into your body. They affect your serotonin and your dopamine. It's only 3 items, but they are a huge influence on how you feel. Remember, it's not all psychological. At the very least, set up a diary and reduce and give these up for 3 months and see if your depression has reduced. I just want to remind you that sugar is not just the sugar you put in your tea. You might say, oh, I don't take sugar. It's found in alcohol, it's found in processed foods, it's found in takeaways. Look at the back of the packet, you'll see it written somewhere. So anything you can do to reduce the sugar intake and your alcohol and obviously your drugs will help your brain work a lot better. Being mentally strong requires commitment to creating strong, positive changes in the ways you think, feel and behave. It's also important to give up bad habits that are robbing you of your good mental health. So it's very important to change your diet to feed your brain, as well as dealing with the psychological side. Thank you for watching. Please comment or leave any ideas. And please watch our video on good food that your body likes. Catch you next time.